Hello, my name is Grace, and I am in the process of starting my small business. I started to follow my dreams, and it has been the hardest thing that I have ever done, and in many ways that I did not know would challenge me. I feel like I haven't seen that many videos talking about this, and I wanted to give my take on how it's been for me. I haven't even opened up my shop, and I've already experienced so many challenges that I think anyone who's wanting to get into this should know. So, one of the things that I found difficult was that I had no idea how guilty I would feel. Because when I started my small business, the idea of it is still very exciting. It's like I finally found the thing that I know that I want to do, and it feels like I was made to do this, and I just want to start it all now. I want it to happen now, and I feel like I know what I need to do, and there's so many things I need to do. But the thing is that I had this whole life before I even started this small business. Like, I'm not just a business owner. I'm also a daughter. I'm also a girlfriend. I'm also a colleague. I'm also a cousin. I'm also all these things. And I think what I really struggled with was that I put being a small business owner at the top of my priority. And I completely kind of pushed everything else aside, and it made me feel a bit lost because I was kind of, in a way, I was getting so frustrated with myself, like with any interruptions that was not my small business. I was so highly strung, and anything that wasn't my small business was, to in my mind, was like it was a waste of my time. And I also, having a full-time job means that I don't have as much free time as some. And I also have other priorities I need to do. I need to meal prep. I need to be able to also spend time with my boyfriend. I need to be a good daughter to my parents and look after them. And so it was difficult for me to balance all of these things, and I think it's something that I will forever struggle with. But I think what helped me was that, I didn't even know that I wanted to be a small business owner until a few months ago. And just because I want to be a small business owner doesn't take away from this beautiful life that I had built beforehand. And I think especially it made me think when I was so focused on my small business and I was kind of pushing people away. I realized how lonely I felt. The people that you have around you when you start a small business is very, very important, because you are at your most vulnerable. You need so much support. I think mentally and physically this has challenged me quite a lot. um I you are going to find yourself second guessing everything and doubting yourself. And when you have so many things to balance, physically I felt like I was draining myself a lot. And now I actually welcome the interruptions, because I think it's very healthy to also spend time away from your business, because I was thinking about my business so much to a point that I couldn't sleep very well at night. I would be waking up in the middle of the night with ideas, or just I couldn't go to sleep as well because I was so excited about things and thinking about all the things that I needed to do within that week or the next day. And you cannot sustain yourself or your small business without balancing yourself. And it really made me like hold on to the things that really anchored me. And for that, it was the people around me. It was also my faith. Like reading my Bible really calms me. We each have our own thing that helps us get through hard times, and I'm telling you, you are gonna have to hold on to those things tightly because you're gonna need them. It is not an easy journey. There are so many problems that will arise with every single step of your small business, and that's very normal. And it's all part of the learning curve. But of course, when you start any new thing, and with a small business, there are so many new things to learn at the same time, and it's all happening at once. And you're thinking about the deadline for your shop. And I was adamant that I didn't want to change the deadline of my shop, because I'm the kind of person that if I need to have a deadline in order to push myself to not procrastinate. And I knew I wanted to have it in the beginning of the month because it's just easier to track in my mind. But yeah, it's been a roller coaster of emotions. I think I felt guilty when I wasn't working on my small business and I was with friends and family, and in the back of my mind, as terrible as it sounds, I was thinking this is maybe not the best use of my time, or I'm thinking about drawing ideas and I feel like I wasn't present. Whereas I think now I welcome the time away from my business, because if I'm so fixated on it, I think it channels like a bad energy in that I prioritize it above everything else, which is not good. You need people in your life to help you get through this. At least I very much do. So I'm really grateful for the people around me that are supporting me and helping me in whichever way that they can. Another thing was that watching small business videos was a blessing and a curse. Part of me was like super excited watching other people doing their small business, and to this day it really is. It encourages me that if they can do it, why I should be able to do that too, and looking forward to the milestones that they are going through and that I hopefully eventually will as well. But it also then became an obsession, and I would be watching them late at night, and then I would be constantly stirring at night, not being able to sleep. So I think allow yourself to also watch things that aren't with your small business. Same with like the first point. Time away from your small business is very important. The next thing was my health. So when I was like so fixated on my business, I would be drawing for hours, I would be designing for hours, I would be editing and thinking I need to meet this deadline, I need to have X amount of designs, and I wouldn't drink enough. I would forget to eat because I would make a to-do list for the day, and I would be like, a part of me would be like, I have to finish all of these things, otherwise I had failed that day, or I would be falling behind, or that I wasn't productive. And I tell myself this all the time, and that is to be patient with yourself. Do not rush it. I know you're like, if you're starting a small business, I know how exciting it is. I know how much you just want to push your products out there, and you have so many ideas going on, and you just want to get it out there in the world and show people. But this is a marathon and not a sprint. And you are only human. And that's okay. We are not meant to be working all these hours every single day. It is not sustainable. Your health is more important than any business that you will have. And in the end of the day, if you don't look after yourself, your business will suffer as well. And you will have to take a break. You'll be forced to take a break at some point if you do not allow yourself to have regular breaks. And it might happen in a very inconvenient time. And that was something that I had to learn. And it was, I think when I realized that I was so like emotionally unstable, like I hadn't been this like, trust me, I'm my emotions run high, but it was more unstable than it had ever been, and I was reaching breaking points, and I was worrying my boyfriend and my family. Don't get to that stage. Do yourself a favor. Don't get to that stage. When I was watching like all these like small business videos where they were like saying that they had like burnt out like 3 times in a year, and I'm like, really? Why? How comes? I get it. I get it because, you think like with your own small business, you are your own boss. But you are also your own employee. And me being wanting to be this kind of overachiever and like working really hard, I really worked myself hard. But you also have to remember that although you're your own employee, you're your own boss as well. You are allowed to give yourself breaks. It's very, very important. So I know I said a lot of kind of more cautionary tales of what could happen. Very much in the small business, it has been, sorry about the noise in the background. It has been by far the best thing that I have ever done in my life. It has brought me so much excitement, so much joy, and in all the times that I have been drawing, I have never really pushed myself to really show people what I'm doing. And, the fact that other people who had never been interested in my art before are now reaching out to me, giving me ideas, or even telling me which ones that they really like. It's really heartwarming to me, and I feel like I'm taking a huge step in the right direction. And no matter how stressful this is and how chaotic I may seem in some of my vlogs, this is all worth it. Even if I don't get any sales and I don't make any profit, although that would be maybe slightly disappointing, the fact that I've gotten this far and I've done this like portfolio of work and it's made me so happy, it is all worth it. My art journey has like my resilience to trying new things, my mentality to being able to stay balanced, whether I had to learn it the hard way or not, has definitely benefited me and has changed my life forever. I think it's really made me think about what's truly important in life, and I'm forever grateful for that. This has been a journey already, and I'm very excited to see this grow. I have no idea where it's going to take me, but already I'm seeing a lot of growth and I'm terribly excited. I also was watching a video that was by Catnip, and she's in like 10 years into the game of doing this small business, and she still compares herself to other people, and and still struggles with the ups and downs of a small business and failure. And if you don't know who Catnip is, I'm sure I'm not the only person who is starting a small business or has a small business that looks up to her and thinks, wow, this is like the thing that you can achieve if you work really hard, or if you did this for X amount of years. Although I wouldn't want my small business to scale that big because I think it would really stress me out. But it's truly amazing that someone who a lot of people look up to, and her work is amazing, and she has so many products. She has her own huge studio. She has a team of people. Granted, it's two, but it's a lovely family built team. And like, even at that point, there will still be that struggle of comparison. And I think it's very much a mental game, this small business. I definitely feel like parts of me have struggled, because when you have a small business, you are an artist, but you're also a business owner. And those two things don't always gel together, because they're in some ways seem opposites. Like, as an artist, I'm kind of whimsical, I'm kind of free spirited, I kind of just do whatever I feel like. And money is not so much at the top of, like, at the forefront of my mind, because I want people to enjoy my art. I want it to mean something to them, and as much as it means to me. But then as a business, you have to think about packaging, you have to think about orders, you have to think about SEO, you have to think about marketing, you have to think about, pricing and profit, and, in order to maintain doing what you love. And it's quite conflicting sometimes, those two things. So that's also been a challenge, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And I'm sure I will give future videos of giving tips and tricks of what helps me run my small business. But yeah, as I'm getting closer and closer to my shop opening date, which is 1st of March, it's a surreal feeling. It has been terribly stressful for me, getting to this point, because I feel like I had a never-ending to-do list. I still do, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I say, I was aiming for 15 designs. It might now be, I can't stop drawing. I really just love drawing. And yeah, look after yourself. Be patient. Drink more water. And hold on dearly to the things that anchor you in life and the people that love you so damn much. But yeah, whatever stage in this small business journey, whether you're thinking about doing this, or whether you're even just interested in pursuing something that scares you, do it. Try it and find out, because the alternative of regret is too steep of a price in this short life. But yeah, I've learned so much, and I can't wait to show you the ups and downs, the good and the bad. I know I started this video quite heavy with the negative, but turns out I can't do the sandwich. My boyfriend keeps telling me about doing the compliment sandwich. I'm the negative and then the positive. That's how it is. But yes, I hope this video was insightful to you in some ways. I hope that it was beneficial to you. And I hope that you have an amazing journey in this thing we called life. And I hope you have fun and look after yourself. Okay. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.